One of the biggest struggles in life is comparing ourselves to others. Almost everyone does this, but very few realize it. You look at someone and think, why is he so successful and I am not? Why does she shine while I feel left behind? But we forget one truth. His journey is not your journey, and her path is not your path. Think about it. If a fish spends its whole life wishing it could fly like a bird, it will always feel like a failure. It won't realize that it can cross the whole ocean, something no bird could ever do. These days, because of social media, this problem has become worse. With just one scroll, you see people who look richer, smarter, faster, and happier. Slowly, you start to believe your own life is not enough. You start to feel like your talents do not matter. These thoughts grow into sadness, jealousy, and sometimes even hopelessness. This story is for anyone who has ever whispered to themselves, "I'll never be as good as them." Listen carefully, because every part of this story can change how you see yourself. In a quiet village near a mountain town, beside a wide green forest, lived a boy named Marco. Marco was a hard-working boy. He was kind. Everyone in the village respected him, but none of this gave him peace, because deep inside, he carried a heavy pain. Marco always compared himself with others. When he saw his friend Kuna getting the highest grades in class, Marco thought, "I wish I was as smart as him." When he saw his neighbor Anna's wealth, he sighed, "If only I had money like her." Even when he watched another girl run faster across the field, he muttered, "Why can't I run like that?" Every comparison made Marco more and more unhappy. Soon, he couldn't focus on studying. He lost interest in playing, laughing, or even eating with friends. No matter what he did, one thought stayed in his mind. "I'll never be like them. Why not me?" One day, a wise old man came to the village. People called him Grandpa Kenji. He was not the richest or the smartest, but everyone loved him. His words healed broken hearts. Marco, desperate for answers, went to him. "Grandpa," he whispered, "I work so hard, but whenever I see others doing better, I feel useless. It feels like I will never be enough." Grandpa Kenji listened quietly, then smiled and said, "Come to the oldest tree in the village tomorrow morning. You will find your answer there." The next morning, Marco hurried to the tree. Grandpa Kenji was already waiting. "Look around, Marco," he said. "What do you see?" Marco looked carefully. "There are many trees, Grandpa. Some tall, some short, some heavy with fruit, others with none." Grandpa Kenji smiled. "Now imagine this. What if the apple tree said, 'Why am I so small compared to the pine tree?' Or the pine tree said, 'I wish I had sweet fruits like the apple tree.' How would that sound?" Marco laughed. "That would sound really silly, Grandpa." "Exactly." Grandpa Kenji nodded. "And yet, that is what you have been doing with your life." He pointed across the forest. "Tell me, Marco, how does this forest feel to you?" Marco thought for a moment. "It feels peaceful, beautiful. Everything seems just right." Grandpa Kenji's smile grew. "That is the secret. Every tree has its own gift. The apple tree gives sweetness. The pine tree gives strength. Both are different, but both are important, just like people." Then, Grandpa Kenji took Marco to the village pond. Fish swam in the water, while birds flew above in the sky. "Now imagine," Grandpa said, "if the fish wished to fly like the bird, would that make sense?" Marco shook his head. "No, Grandpa. Fish are made to swim, birds are made to fly." Grandpa Kenji placed his hand gently on Marco's shoulder. "Then why do you keep wishing to be someone else? You were born with your own gifts. Maybe you do not see them yet, but they are inside you. If you follow them, they will take you further than you can imagine." That moment changed Marco. For the first time, he understood that comparing himself to others was like asking a fish to fly or a tree to stop growing. It only brought pain. From that day, Marco stopped focusing on what others had. Instead, he began to look for his own strengths. Slowly, he discovered talents he had ignored. He worked with joy, not jealousy. His confidence returned. Years later, Marco built his own business with patience and effort. The same boy who once felt small became an inspiration for the whole village. When people asked him, "Marco, how did you become so successful in life?" he smiled and said, "Never compare yourself with others. If a fish tries to fly, it will always feel like a failure. But if it focuses on swimming, it can own the whole ocean." Always remember this. The sun and the moon do not shine at the same time, yet both are important. Your path may not look like theirs. Your timing may not match theirs. But when you walk your own path, With your strengths and your determination, real success will find you. Thank you for listening. If you found this story helpful, please give it a like and don't forget to subscribe for more stories like this. See you in the next story.